Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some pyrography, aka wood burning. I found this pyrography machine the other day in a grocery store. It was pretty affordable, and I just thought, well, let me take this home with me. This has a lot of tips. I could try really different designs and everything, and I could have some fun with this and even try it out for the channel. So I brought it home. I realized I had a few scraps of wood laying around, and I decided to take advantage of this like wooden palette and trace out a design from a Studio Ghibli movie onto it and try to do something with that. I obviously started by testing out a few of the tips, really trying to understand what tip was best for this, and I wanted to do something a bit more. I wanted to try every single tip of the that this came with, but it was really tedious. It takes a while because you have to wait for the tips to heat up and then to not be as hot so you can take them off. So there's kind of it's time consuming. So I ended up trying a few tips, and I ended up using one that's more round-ish. This one was really nice, but it was just too. It was flat on the top, so I ended up with the nib that you're seeing right now. That's a bit more round, and I just decided to go in and just hope for the best, I guess. I chose a scene from My Neighbor Totoro, and it's the scene where the little kid finds Totoro sleeping in the middle of the like forest, kind of in the middle of the tree. And I thought this was such a cute scene. And because of the shape of the palette, I thought, well, this fits really well and it'll look really nicely. Because it is very round-ish, so I thought, well, why not like take advantage of the shape of the palette and make this work. I went in, started to do the outlines very carefully, decided to do some shading on the girl, but then was like, let me just see how this goes in the rest of this because it's such a small space to work with, so let me just advance and then we'll see what I'll do with the girly. And start outlining Totoro. Like, this was interesting because in this point, like, I was trying to figure out like the line weight and how to do it in a way that it was smooth sailing all the way, and also trying so that the lines weren't too thick, which in hindsight maybe I should have thickened them up a little bit because they would stand out a bit more. And I was just working on Totoro, starting to like shade for the first time, figuring out how that would look. I didn't initially like the texture, but I just decided to roll with it and like incorporate that into the painting, and in the end I really like how it looks texture wise. And I was really thinking about values throughout this process. Like, I know Totoro has to be a bit darker in some areas, but then he's too light, he's too dark, and it was this whole thing. I was trying to figure out the values. I think I missed the values a little bit because Totoro ended up being too dark because of the background had to be really dark, and I wanted Totoro to pop a bit more, so I do think I missed the mark on the values, even though I was trying really hard to have that into consideration. But like, handling this new medium, and it's wood burning, like once it's burnt, there's nothing you can do, and if there's a mishap you just have to roll with it and go with the flow. And so that's kind of why I messed up with the values, but it was really interesting to just have all that texture, having to come to terms with it, and then applying it to my advantage. I did enjoy myself quite a lot, and I also learned a lot about like pyrography that I didn't quite understand before. Like, I thought it was just simple, you burn things, but no, if you go a bit harder on it, it will burn a lot more. If you go a little lighter, it'll be a lot less burning. Also, the tips, they bend because they're hot, and so the metal becomes really flexible, so they bend. So after you're done, you have to make sure to bend the tip back to its place. Also, whilst you're using the tips, they do lose heat. So obviously they're losing heat because they're heating up, but the more you burn stuff with it, the more like it seems like the wood kind of takes out some of the heat. So sometimes you have to wait for the tip to heat up again and then go in. This is seconds, right? This is just, you have to wait like 5 to 10 seconds and it'll be back to normal. So I learned that's kind of like things you have to have in consideration while wood burning, and it's not as simple as, I'm just doing my thing. Let me just scratch in this wood. But yeah, overall, like, it was an interesting experience. It was something new, and You know, I know this type of video doesn't do very well on this channel, and that's fine. I just like to try new things. I'm very artsy, but also very crafty, and I like to give myself some time and space to dedicate to some crafts. I used to love making candles. I've done soap making in the past as well, but I want to do that again in the future. I really want to experiment with resin. Oh, I would love to experiment with resin so much. I've done clay stuff, but I want to work with clay a bit more as well, like try new designs, try to do earrings, try to do little figurines. I think that will be really interesting. And wood burning was another thing that I never really like thought I would actually appreciate it, but it was really fun and one of those things I really wanted to give it a try. And I was pretty surprised with how much I liked this. This was very entertaining. It kept me busy, kept my hands busy. I had a lot of fun, and it's definitely something I want to start looking into doing some more. If it is in fact something that you guys would like to see from me, let me know. But it is definitely something that I want you to take away from this, is that sometimes trying new things is actually pretty beneficial, and it might like bring something new to your life that you would never think you'd like, but actually you do like it. And I just hope I can, move forward and like work with pyrography again. With everything in day-to-day life, in our routines every day, like it becomes hard to give the amount of time you want to certain hobbies and stuff, and to like dictate, okay, today I'm going to dedicate like 2 to 3 hours to this hobby, and sometimes it's hard to do that. So I really do hope that I continue to do this and creating time for this in the future, maybe not as a main hobby, but just something I know how to do, and just something that I do once in a while would be more than enough for me, honestly. Because like I really did enjoy my time wood burning. If you have tried wood burning, let me know how you got into it, like what are your favorite like materials, like wood to use. Are there any techniques you advise me to look into? If you haven't, like let me know if this is something you ever considered, if it's something that ever crossed your mind or not. Like let's talk a little bit about it, okay? I'm gonna leave you guys with the remainder of the video. It's not a lot longer than this. It's a pretty short video today, but I just wanted to share with you guys this little adventure I had the other day, and I'll come back for a quick look at the finished piece. What do you think? I think it looks really nice. I think I got the drawing down, and I made it look like decent enough. I do think that I messed the values a bit because I wanted Totoro to be darker, and I ended up making him too dark for the background and all of that. But I really like the texture that you have over here. I made it really simple with just some doodles and around it because I want it to be very light, and I really like how I did the little child. Okay, I really like this, and I'm gonna be putting it up on my wall because why not? So I definitely want to do more of these in the future, and I would like to share them with you guys. I know this type of things, DIY things, isn't usually what goes well in this channel. But if you guys would like to see me do more of these, let me know. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for more pieces. And if you're from Portugal, let me know where you think I can find some more of these. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you want to see more, again, please let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of this. And I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.